Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we're going over a new card reveal, a fan favorite, and so I figured it deserved a video on its own. Now before I get into the video, if you have any questions for me, ask them in the comments down below because I want to do a Q&A video. So any questions, ask them and maybe I'll answer them in a video. So for the reveals, we saw some Link Joker cards. First of all, we have Micro Hole Draco Kid, a new starter. When rolled upon, draw a card, just like all the other ones. And then we got back some of the Gravity cards, some of the first Link Joker cards. If you played Vanguard back in the day, I think it was BT12 or BT11 or BT13, one of those, you started Link Joker. It was either this or Chaos, I believe. Well, not actually Chaos back then, it was Star Vader with Nebula Lord, I guess. But this was, let's say, the budget option. It was a ride chain, it was not very good, but it was a new clan people got to play, and so some are very, very big fans of it. So we have this ride chain, I guess. We have Gravity Ball Dragon. During your turn, if your opponent has 2 or less rear guards, all of your other Cyber Dragons in the same row as this unit get power plus 4k. So, Cyber Dragon, I'm not sure if that's stealing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but that's the skill. Then Gravity Collapse Dragon, auto on V or R. When its attack hits a Vanguard, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, ride or call up to 1 grade 3 Cyber Dragon from among them to the circle this unit is on as rest, and shuffle your deck. So this means that if you let this grade 2 hit, your opponent's superior rides. Well, likely. Maybe they whiff, that would be very funny and sad. But overall, if they don't whiff, they get a free ride. So this is definitely a card you want to be guarding. You want to throw your critical or your heal trigger at it. Because, well, if you let this hit, your opponent will likely get some massive tempo. Finally though, the card we have all been waiting for, Schwarzschild Dragon himself. Act on V once per turn, cost Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and bind it face down. And then act on V, cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1 grade 3. Turn all cards in your opponent's bind zone face up. Your opponent cannot normal call cards with the same card name as face up cards in his or her bind zone until end of his or her turn. So essentially, what this card does is, let's say you're playing this deck against Aqua Force. I know they're not very competitive right now, but it's a good example. So your opponent has a Tidal Assault on the field. You use Schwarzschild Dragon to bind said Tidal Assault face down. And then you use its second skill to flip all its face down bound cards face up. And now the next turn, your opposing Aqua Force player is not allowed to call Tidal Assault to the field anymore. Or, well, any card that is bound there for that matter. So if this deck somehow gets a way to bind a lot of cards face down, because right now they have a few, but I don't think it's quite enough to make this skill super oppressive yet. But if they get a way to do that, basically bind, like, let's say 3 of your most important rear guards, and then they suddenly say, hey, now you can no longer call these cards either, that sounds pretty good. However, if they don't have a way to reliably bind face down, then this card becomes, well, less special, let's say. I can definitely see how, if this was going to become good, but again, I don't know yet, we may see some decks starting to run worse units as 2-offs and 3-offs to kind of combat this issue. So let's say, oh, Tidal Assault is being bound face down. It's no big deal because I'm actually running Lazarus and Basil as 2 and 3-offs, so I can still call. Now, I don't think it's gonna go that far. This is a triple R. I don't think they intend to make this card the boss unit. I don't think they will make enough cards that bind face down to make this skill super oppressive. Regardless, it's something to keep in mind just in case. That is all for today. Hope you found this interesting. If you did, please subscribe to the Solemn Vanguard channel and click the bell button to stay up to date. Now, I am interested. I know quite some Link Joker fans will be sad that seemingly none of the cards will be locking. But then on the other hand, there's many people who hated Link Joker who say, yes, please keep lock out of the game. So what are your thoughts on Schwarzschild making his return with this kind of skill, and then the rest of the set seemingly being a lot of the leader, meaning Locke may not come back? Are you happy with this choice? Are you happy with the skill Schwarzschild did get? Let me know your thoughts. I will see you soon. Ciao.